piled high or pulled a stuck rig loose. Long field flat and frozen, breath hangs wide in the air. I got belly under blankets and diesel in my prayer. Weather is the boss out here, not some screen, not some talk in my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss, clock says go, but the sky says stop. I plan, I push, I cuss, I toss, but the weather is the boss. Red Massey hums at sunrise, tracks through slush and clay. Spruce line holds the hillside where the saw sings half the day. Skis lean by the back door, waiting on a clear blue spell. I read the clouds like scripture, more than any manual. The weather is the boss out here, not some screen, not some talk in my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss, clock says go, but the sky says stop. I plan, I push, I cuss, I toss, but the weather is the boss. Frost, flood, hail, thaw, I just dance to what I'm dealt. Oh yeah. You can tell me what I should do, but this land decides itself. Weather is the boss out here, not some screen, not some talk in my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss, clock says go, but the sky says stop. I plan, I push, I cuss, I toss, out on this finished cross. Yeah, yeah. The weather is the boss. Great dawn bread, coffee in a jar, frost on the shed roof, keys in my hand. Massey 35, waiting by the birch line. Old paint fading, still stops on command. Oh yeah. Red tractors in the pines, working through the finished sky. From the barley to the rye, and the spruce that scrapes so high. 35, 165, 399, still pulling fine. 645 by the front of the line. Red tractors in the pine. Rain dust dancing, sun breaks the fall. Black soil turning under steel and slaw. 165 homes through the low wet ground. 399 hauls as the swans swing around. Red tractors in the pine, working through the finished sky. From the barley to the rye, and the spruce that scrapes so high. 35, 165, 399, still pulling fine. 645 by the front of the line. Red tractors in the pines. Oh yeah. Forest at our shoulders, fields at our feet. 4 old friends and a lifetime of weed. Red tractors in the pine, working through the finished sky. From the the pine. Ooh, red tractors in the pine. Chat keeps yapping about my life like it knows my every move, but it never stacked up birch pile high or pulled a stuck rig loose. Long field flat and frozen, breath hangs wide in the air. I got barely under blankets and diesel in my prayer. Weather is the boss out here. Not some screen, not some talk in my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss, clock says go, but the sky says stop. I plan, I push, I cuss, I toss, but the weather is the boss. Red Massey hums at sunrise, tracks through slush and clay. Spruce line holds the hillside where the saw sings half the day. Skis lean by the back door, waiting on a clear blue spell. I read the clouds like scripture, more than any manual. Weather is the boss out here. Not some screen, not some talk in my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss, clock says go, but the sky says stop. I plan, I push, I cuss, I toss, but the weather is the boss. Frost, flood, hail, thaw, I just dance to what I'm dealt. Oh yeah, you can tell me what I should do, but this land decides itself. Weather is the boss out here. Not some screen, not some talk in my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss, clock says go, but the sky says stop. I plan, I push, I cuss, I toss, out on this finished cross. Yeah, yeah, the weather is the boss. Great dawn bread, coffee in a jar, frost on the shed roof, keys in my...
Good day, everybody. Today we're gonna do some weeding, but with the machine, not with the hands. So we can set up the stuff in the tractor first and hook up to the weeder thing. Still very windy today. I think tomorrow it's gonna, after tomorrow it should like cool down or settle down, the wind. It's been the whole week almost like really windy. which is kind of actually shocking. I need to check. I can check oil first. Was some oil, then we can probably unhook this, put this away. We don't need this one when we do the field work. And probably put this in that mount place, and we can put the this, and I can put this also here instead of having it on me. The cable is long enough. I need to pull out some more cable. Cable guy. Also, I think seat forward for the little drivers. John is a huge driver. Probably did not work. That guy did not work. Oh yeah, I got the battery still here. Put this somewhere. Upp. Och this was all room. Jag körde jag där bort den där för jag där först bort och sen backade jag dig fast.
Bollarna on här ja. Selkämajon slangan täällä.
Joo. Away. This one we can start up so it kind of gets warmed up. Fuel, we got enough fuel, we don't need to refuel. I think we need John here. I think I unhooked the thing already. More forward still. Oops. have the balls. Joo.
Vähän itse tykkää tiksalle kiipeistä vasta se on. Että nää kiipeä.
Joo.
Sprint.
Något sprinta skulle vara bra, ja. Few things so we can hook up here. I think we had the thing here. Man tar någon sån här. Jag kan säga tidskiket här. Should be okay. Field we can change. Should be the one. This one. This boundary and a guidance line. We'll see when we go closer, I think. Or do I have the rolling from this here? That would be good. The last of 26. That one might be good. We'll see when we go close. Yeah, that one should be good. And then we can start a new task. Wide right field, right, that should be all good. Där så bara får hooka upp så kunde man där så där fötterna ska rullas upp lite.
Joo, tästä fullt upp, joo.
Joo. See. Get closer. Ta lite där. Ska du neråt? Ja, andra sidan är ganska nära. Den är ganska lite sådär vinostig. Måste få traktorn med vind kanske. Det där sidan far nog, men jag vet inte om den här sidan far. Så jag får kläm. Ja, det rullar sådär, ja. Det andra sidan hålls. Är det bra nu där? Jag tror att de far båda nu. Ja, det är andra sidan pompar ut. God damn it. Nästan. I thought I got it with reversing a bit. Det där själva bommen går att flytta åt sidorna. Det där är slutet som det vill fara åt sidan någonstans just. Ja, det pompar, det klämmer nu det där. Den är parkerad lite. Ja. Så far den sådär, det är liksom... Traktorn skulle vara med så poikittainen nu. Den är liksom sådär. Jag måste se att ta lite framåt. Gotta come in at an angle here. Nu skulle det borde vara lite rakare. Nu låter det åt andra hållet nästan för mycket vind. Men går inte det där grå balken att dra framåt och bakåt då? Lite. Nu är det ganska nära. Nej, så far de alltid sådär. Vet du varför det drar så? Vad klämmer det åt sidan? Det är liksom kohillaan nu, men sen man lyfter så spöckar det åt sidan. Det är lite tryck emot kanske.
Så det är inte rakt liksom.
Ja. Det maxar det ut liksom att det är för mycket åt det är för mycket, men ställ inte den där för att så när jag flyttar traktorn hellre. Det får för mycket dit åt sidan tror jag. Jag flyttar traktorn åt det. Let's move tractor a bit. It's too much to one side. Ja, man ser där från det mitten nu, men så det måste vara liksom att det inte är vinkel uppe heller. Nu kanske det, nu är det ganska rakt emot. Nu är det gärna inte nu att det. Där får du. Ja, nu får de bara. Yes! Got it. Nu kan man prova tryckstaget hur det går.
Ja.
Sen ställde längden mycket kortare nu i alla fall. Det är ganska långt ut väl. Och sen ska det ja, och så den där chainen ska bort därifrån. Men man kan köra den dit framför först. Så kan man ta dem bort. Adjust the... Ja, nu är det ju ganska vatupassa till backar så det ska nog vara mycket kortare nu. Much shorter top link. Bör det vara ganska nära. Det håller inte någon skillnad vilken vi har. Vi har väl lägre.
Det går inte, det är ju bra.
Ja.
Vi har det på större tapp.
Ja.
Det är sån här cat-strid.
Ja. Mega cat. Mega cap eller mega cat?
Det här far i minus här.
Ja, det far ja det. Det är lite riskigt det.
Ja.
Risky business.
Falla, joo. Jag kan lägga här med samma här rätt.
Ja, det går ja. Sen kör de fram ska man se däcktrycken och ta det.
Sen så vill man se att den där just bara mitt i millan.
Ja,
Körs.
det brukar nog vara ganska bra tycker jag tidigare.
Och det är ju den förra faktiskt.
Lite längre. This was also dusty as hell. De där alltså sivurajoittimet.
Joo.
Men jag kör nog bara precis rakt så det är nu inte, de är nu bara den är ungefär mitt bakom så.
Tupasens där.
Ja. Men jag kör alltid, jag lyfter alltid upp i kurvorna så det är inte någon skillnad. Eller så mycket slangarna kan man sätta fast. Slangarna kan man sätta fast, men jag kan nog köra de fram först kan man ta, jag måste ta chainen bort så man får flippa down.
Joo.
Flippa down wingsen.
Nästan lättare, ja det är rakt så här så lättare.
Nå, de framför är med rum så får man nu vingarna ner, men nu går nu här ganska flata. Pretty flat here. Then we need to see that the wings worked and that yeah, that there's air in the tires. Kör de fram första eller chainen bortåt, det saa trycken. Lift it up. Och det är foten tillbaka ska uppa. Somewhere here we can flip wings down and also flip. Test that everything is kind of working. Joo, ta bort den nu jo. And if this is this one, it seems like it's maybe not working again. Damn, we have had issues with this button not working. Now the damn lowering is not working again. Sa du inte där just det knyckt åt nu? Jag måste sätta ner den hifrån. Det toimii inte knappen åt där. Classic. This is classic. More electrical issues. When you press down here, you saw how it like.
Just niitä uploadetaan aivan screwed.
It lifts up, but lowering down is questionable. Maybe it works better today, maybe not. Otherwise, I would need to use this button. Damn electrical issues. But yeah, I can come out, take the chains away there.
Sen on dekket käsin on.
Ja hoses fast, kan jag flippa vingarna ner.
Joo. Otetaan.
De kan jag ta bort, ja. Let's go outside, fix a little bit. I'll leave you guys somewhere so you can see anything. Well, we can't see too much from here, but we'll just do a little fixing outside before we can go. Here we can stay at least.
Joo.
Jo, det är om man sidor far till fel sida. Man kan nog, om man letar ner ska man fara på utsikt får man nog lyfta. Ja. Nu ska vi se där, ser man där ner sig nu. Oh, now it works. Now it's down. Okay. Let's try a little test run. On the gravel here, just drive a little. Var det ungefär bra? Det tycks nog ganska bra, ja. 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 Nu är de lägre nere ner för att där i traktorn blir det. Ja, men det tycks nog fara ganska bra nu. Ja, nej, bara de inte bara med sådär i luften så är det ganska bra. Sen kör man 7-8 km i timmen, det var bra. Ja. Jag ser. Ja. Nu tar jag lyfter upp bara så det var det. Ready to go. När man har anhuckat, man ser när man lyfter upp där så ser man nog. Should be kind of ready to go. Throw the camera on the head and roll out. Should be good to go. Yep. Then we need to 4-wheel drive is on. I guess that's good, so we can remember to put that on the field. I'll put this a little bit low. feet looks much better than the spring plowed. Flip down the wings and see, sometimes they go like cross with the other side there. We can see that it goes good. It seems good. But the other side, it bumped a little bit so it goes. That seems good. I don't think they're crossed on each side. We could go outside check, but it seems good. Let's do a quick check. Should be good. Ready to roll. Well, just 4-wheel drive we have on. We should put the record on. Then we'll drive like a couple of laps manually around and then back and forth after that, I think. Seems always a bit rough when you do this, but should whack some of the weeds. And the oats will come back in a bit. pretty good here. The other Springfield plow, it's right here down. It's a little rough, but it's getting better. Just a big rain right now would be good. But there was like yesterday we got like 5 millimeters, but the big rain is still waiting for the big rain. Maybe at some point. Here it looks kind of bad here down on the other side there. I can barely see the rows, but it's better up there. There's a little bit that got unseeded, I think. Maybe he ran out of seed there. A little bit. But yeah, it's kind of sketchy there. Would need more water. I mean, there is something. You can kind of see the rows at least. So. This is much better here. Much better here for sure. this rock here. Second lap now is not that easy to see actually. Need to drive the second lap still manually and can be kinda hard to see where the gaps are. 1, 2, 3, it's gonna be that gap over there. Gonna start here a little bit, there's the rock again here. After that we can go back out here. I think this is the gap here. It's right here. Pretty hard to tell, it's been well seeded here, so almost hard to tell where you should drive. With the auto steer then it will be easier, but we'll do a couple of laps around manually first. So I have room to turn around in the headlands. Always looks a bit rough when you do this, but we'll do it. It's only this field and the small field this year. The ones that have the clover, we will not do this. So then we can again kind of compare which is better if there is any difference. Should be like here. I think it's right here. we just have to manually see because these are now seated. I don't know, they should be parallel to this actually, so we should go like here, I think. This might be the right place here. Oh yeah, this is like parallel, but it's not really parallel to the ditch 100%. Need to see, look out the window, I guess. Do it the old school way. And once we've gone around a couple of times, then we can go back and forth with auto steer. here, then we can lift up and probably start somewhere here with the actual lines, I think. Maybe it'll fit kind of one pass in between here even. Every pass, or should we do every second pass? Might want to do every second pass like this. Maybe not here with the shorter ones, but for sure when we get to the long full passes here. couple more of these not full passes, then we can do full passes. This seems to be exactly the same line as he seeded. Here you can see the pretty much driving in the same exact line as the seeding has been done. Or at least very close to it. Maybe at a very slight angle. It's not exactly the same line, but very close. Down here. Try to not hit the rock. Then pick up the line. Some teasels in some places here, but over the rock. Oh yeah, one thing I should try. We've had issues with the secondary camera, even if it's a cell phone or the other one. I could try this stuff now, maybe this works.
For secondary camera.
Maybe this will work for secondary camera.
Get it to show on screen.
If we get
Maybe
it to
that
show on
works.
stream.
Or for the, at least for the...
Maybe that works. For the, at least
It's
for
actually
the,
working and
when you do the
not
biking
lagging
streams,
like
this
crazy.
could be useful. If it's actually working and not lagging like crazy.
It also work for the drone.
It could also work for the drone. We will see. And do a little test run here.
Is their house picture kind of the same? So
Is
one
their
delayed
house
from the other.
are the both picture kind of the same, so they're not one delayed from the other?
So this
That
one
might
probably should be
sometimes be an issue. Also, this one probably should be more this way. Just use the cell phone as secondary stream. At least it seems to not be lagging as badly as before. And then we can kind of, if I can use this, then I can ditch the RTMP server, which probably was the issue for some reason. Yeah, here's like small patches with definitely some teasels in there.
one we can check one thing. So we don't have double sound.
This one we gotta check one thing. Make sure we don't have double sound. Mute the mic just to be sure. It shouldn't take any sound from that, but never know. And see if the phone can charge. Keep charging as much as it's using right now. Yeah, half the field is done now pretty much. Doesn't take, this is like the widest implement we got of them all, so this goes pretty fast, and it's only this one field. Then the small field we might do a little later because the oats are like smaller there and very uneven germination. Through here so we don't catch any bushes or trees or anything. The lifting and lowering has worked now. When we started first it was kinda twitchy, but seems to be lowering and lifting now. Can be a little bit temperamental at times. Oh yeah, I should connect the damn YouTube wants to always disconnect. Always looks a bit, feels a bit rough, looks a bit rough when you do this, but at least it should take some weeds down. In a few days the crop will be like up again. here. Drive to the end. Go back there somewhere. See which line do we want to take so we end up, yeah, not this, not even the next one, but the next after that, I think. Yep, a little bit more this way. Pretty much this one. Somewhere over there. Few more passes here, then we kind of go back with the passes we left in between. There it kind of didn't want to lift down at once or let down. But yeah, every second pass like this to the end, then we go with every second pass back, and then when we're at the other end, then it's done. Done deal. So a rabbit in the other field there. Looks like there is something. It's a rabbit or it's a deer. See next lap if it's still there. Let's down, little jerk. Is it a cat? That the neighbor's cat? I think so. It's a random animal running over the field. I think that was a cat. Cat just running around. I guess this pass, it will line up pretty good here, I think. It will take everything from the last bit here, so it's good. Not really even any overlap, pretty good. Let me just go back here with the passes in between. But yeah, this is the worst right here, you can see on the other field. There's probably like only 50% germination here in the worst parts, maybe even 30%, 40%. Luckily it's maybe, of the 10 hectares, maybe like, maybe there's like half a hectare that's really bad. It desperately needs rain. The rest is at least somewhat green. But yeah, it's been kind of a dry spring, so it's not surprisingly that the spring plowed stuff is not looking so hot. Now we can see, now we got these exactly 6 meter wide slices left back to the other side of the field. Pretty much going good there, going pretty good here also. Not leaving anything, but not really overlapping either. take a little break, see if I could clean there was some crap stuck in the thing there. We can go do a quick check outside. Ready to row. A little bit stuff there, stuck, but not too bad. here. Now it's kind of easy when you see the stripes. Don't even need to look at the auto steer too much to line things up. You kind of see how the crops is different color depending on which direction you go. Manual stuff here. Let's drive this little section here. And this part is pretty much done here. Taking that post with us. soon. A little bit over 1 hectare left, so not much. This doesn't take that long. Pretty fast job. Then once the windy days stop, then John can also spray these fields with the manganese stuff. I mean, it doesn't look like it's gonna be like amazing year this year, but probably still worth it to spray the manganese stuff. I mean, I think if the plant doesn't use it this year, then it kind of stays in the ground or something. So at least then it's ready for next year. But yeah, rain, we need rain. And there's no rain within the forecast. Now this week is gonna be probably no more rain. And then yeah, then we hope that hope for some massive rains. I mean, yesterday it rained pretty hard for like 3 minutes, so that was good. We just needed to rain for at least like an hour or something, not like 5 or 3 minutes always. But yeah, this we can do, and then spray the manganese. But then the field work, other than mowing the grass fields, then all the field work is done before harvesting. Then we just pray to God that it rains a lot, because that's really going to determine if we get like 2 ton or 5 ton per hectare. Rain amount will decide it. There, we hit the reverse up, and we get it to turn in time. One, two, three, four, five or six passes left. Can kind of see when the field is where we have been, when it leans over one way or another, it's like either lighter or like darker. So you can see, and even here you can see how many strips. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 6. This is the 7th. This one, and then 6 strips. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this 7th. Then it's all done. might even end up in the right end. It's always when you come back, you never know, like, are you gonna end up in that corner or the right corner? Always better to end up in the one where you're gonna leave. Or maybe we end up, if this is right, then we end up in the wrong one. Here, there, here, there, here. Maybe there's a short one back there still left. But yeah, instead of doing this, we just need a super modern robot. There was like this, I think kind of like dog-sized robot that they had that could, like, with artificial vision or like looking through cameras and stuff, it could like detect where the weeds are, and then it actually like pulled out the weeds. So we just need that to develop, then we could have a robot kind of going through this and literally like taking a weed and pulling out all the weeds, not damaging basically the crop at all. I think there's definitely a future for that. Hopefully they get them like to be really good and also like affordable, so farmers can actually like buy robots like that. That would be for organic farming, it would be like perfect to get a robot that gets and pulls out the weeds, because we got a couple of problem weeds that even this doesn't really rip out. It's the thistles and the twitch grass. So those, the best way would be to pull out all the weeds. Of course can't do it manually when the fields are too big. In the garden it works, but if you get robots that are smart enough to like see what's a weed and what's not, and then just go through basically 24/7, drive through the field and pull out the weeds. If they can develop those to be good enough and cheap enough, then I would say there's definitely a market for that. Then you wouldn't even need to do any spraying even in like conventional farming. You could just have the robots be out and pull out the weeds. Probably still a few years out, but doesn't necessarily need to be too far out in the future. Yeah, we'll end up actually in the wrong end unless there's like short pass. Go here, come back, and then we go there, and then we end up have to drive like just back empty. Weren't lucky enough to get the passes to line up perfect. That kind of just depends on the field, how wide it is. Yeah, that's the last pass coming back there. At least the secondary cam, it seems to not be lagging, it seems to be working, which could not be said about the previous thing we used. So next thing we need to try this on the drone, see if it would work on the drone also. Could work. Gotta figure that out, see if it's possible. Where is the snow? Yeah, it's sometimes you get in the winter when I do the skiing streams, then there's always somebody like, you can't do any farming in Finland, there's always snow. Which, yeah, like this year or this winter we had snow for like 2 months, so actually most of the year there is no snow. But yeah, we're doing good here, just doing some weeding, some mechanical weeding, praying for rain. Farming simulator in real life. Pretty much this is, as I've said a few times, this is Farming Sim 2026 with some slight improvements from Farming Sim 2025. But yeah, that's basically it for this field. Shut off 4-wheel drive, then we can also shut off the record. Go here, basically end the tasks like that. Then we can fold up the wings, I guess, or should I first? Nah, we can lift up the wings. Fold it into transport mode. Now we're slightly more narrow here. Tractors these days are very well equipped. Yeah, and you should see if you have a really new tractor and then you got like all the, you can have auto steer, then there's one monitor for the tractor. Like this tractor isn't super new, so this is just the auto steer here. Don't really have any other screens, but the really new ones, they have one screen like this for the tractor, and then you have another for auto steer. Then you can have a third one for some some like equipment that you use, then it's like basically this whole side is filled. Basically starting to look like a plane, full of screens everywhere. Yeah, it's like it's basically using satellites and a base station, and then there's like a computer here, and then you can make like straight lines in the field, and then the tractor will follow those straight lines. So it's basically this computer that is controlling it, but it uses satellites. But it's very good because then on the field there, most of the time I don't need to like do the steering. Can focus on the other things. The tractor will do the steering itself. Yeah, I would say it's autonomous steering. So it doesn't control anything else, it only controls the steering. And I still do like when I turn around, I still turn around manually. You can get that also, but it like costs more, but you can get like so it automatically also turns around. But it is, it definitely helps when you do like, if you have big fields and do a long day, then it's much easier when you need to focus when you turn around, but then you can drive straight and like, only steering. I don't know if there's any system that you can control the like throttle and gears. Probably not, or maybe. But yeah, it's only steering. The stuff we have, it's only for steering. But that's when you drive on the field, you're most of the time going like the same speed. So you can like set up the throttle here, and then you can have you don't need to have the foot on the throttle even. The steering is the most like if you have to focus on the steering all the time, then when you do that like 10 hours in a row, it gets kind of tiring. But for example, when I harrow in the spring, I can put the throttle here with this, adjust it here, and then I don't need to have then I can have the hands off and feet off also. Then it's pretty much driving itself, only a little bit of turning at the headlamps needed. But yeah, with the auto steer, I would say like every implement I have behind gets like a little bit more effective because I can always use maximum width. When you drive yourself, you're always gonna have like a little bit more of overlap. Yeah, let's see if John has got the oil change. He was doing oil change in the car. See if he's got that done. And I could drive this one. I guess we can leave it outside. leave this outside because yeah, we have the little field to do, but we're gonna do that one later. Or maybe I could drive it inside here. I just need to open the door then. Oh, John has the air hose also there. Should we drive over it or not? We could also leave the tractor here also. Maybe we'll roll over. I need to open the door. Recent as model. What do you mean with that? Is the tractor or auto steer? This tractor is from 2005 and the auto steer is from 2021 or 2020, I believe. But yeah, I'll go outside and open the door so I can reverse in. See if we can get this reversed in. It's not too much wider than the barn here, but it should fit. Also coming in at a little bit of an angle. And do we want to leave it down? Probably leave it up actually a little bit if it stays up. Probably will sag down on its own, but can leave it there. There are as many buttons and levers as a commercial airliner. You should see the new tractors. You should see the new tractors. They have at least double the amount of stuff. Shut that down. I guess this one got pretty good battery there. Take this. I guess we can also now we can shut off the secondary stream. Don't really need the picture in picture, but this is good for biking and also in the tractor probably. This seemed to work good today, which is nice because the previous stuff we used did not work great. Shut that down. And also battery stayed charged because the previous stuff we used, it also did not keep charged even. The phone used more battery than it charged. Anchor, yeah, I believe this one it's kind of funny because this is the first battery I bought, so it's the oldest one I have. It's like an Anchor, I think it's like 20,000 milliamp. And this is the oldest battery I have, but it's also the one that's not dead yet. I had two newer batteries die this year already. But this one, the good old Anchor, is still working. I had another one, a new one that I used in the streaming backpack. That one like not exploded, but it like got really thick. So I had to scrap that one. That didn't work at all anymore. And then I had another one, like a big battery that was also pretty old. That also stopped working. But yeah, let's go check what John is doing here. He's doing oil change on the car. I need to do oil change on my car also, but we'll do that some other day. When it's not super windy. I don't have my mount for putting this here now, but we just hold this in the hand today. Did you get any oil? Is there too much oil? This is the old oil. It's definitely pretty black. Pluggen tillbaka filtreen nyt. De lönen sättet first. This is the old oil. Där kan man se. I need to put new one. U-green batteries are pretty good. Oh yeah. Yeah, I've heard good things about the U-green cables at least. But I think if I need to buy a new battery, then I'm probably gonna. I could try a U-green battery. I didn't even know they made batteries. I knew they make like cables, but yeah. Yep, super windy. How is it going? Oh yeah, you got the plug back in already.
Joo,
Jep.
olen on sen nyskään siihen där bara en stund sen lägger jag igång testen då ser det.
The oil was very black. It was time to change it. Yeah, it was pretty black. 10,000 kilometers on that oil, so it's not like bad, but it was time to change. Hello there, Mart. Things are pretty good. Was out at the field there, did some weeding. Now we're just seeing when John is doing did an oil change pretty much. Everything wants to fall over. Today it's still like super windy. It's been a really windy week this week. But I think after tomorrow the wind should really die down. Then I can build a barn on wheels. Yeah. Today it's too windy. I can't even put up some wood. Everything is gonna fall over.
With the roofs, but
no metallic residues. No, there was no like. It was just oil.
noin soojapoltta, niin se oli jostain on nyt hileitä alkana.
Yeah, I can go check the oil. We can go if you flip it to the side. You can see if there's a yeah. There should be no metallic stuff. If there's metallic stuff there, then it's very bad. I think it was only like black oil because it kind of gets black over time. We can, if you flip this over a little bit, then we can see if there's anything at the bottom. I should probably use my gloves. But there's been no like weird sounds or anything from the engine, so it should be fine. I mean, it is an Audi car, so it's not that great, but no, there's a couple of small. No, that's something else, I think. I don't really see. There's a plug. Hopefully that wasn't, or maybe he put a new plug. I don't know if this one, if you need to change the plug, because the plug was also in the oil. But yeah, I don't see anything metallic here. Looks like pretty clean, although old oil. Seems good. I gotta ask if he put a new plug because there was some plug or something in there. Oil seemed good, but did you change the plug or something? There was like a plug in the oil. Yeah, new plug.
You always change your plastic plug with
Yeah, he put a new plug, so that makes sense. The most important part is to remember to put the new filter in, remember to put the plug back in. Yeah. And then you put the new oil in. Change oil regular in most vehicles, and it always seems so black and old for some reason. Yeah, it gets pretty black pretty fast, I would say. It's not. That's not.
When the engine gets older, it gets black like after a couple of thousand, maybe kilometers.
It depends on the engine a little bit. I think my car doesn't have turbo. I think that stays cleaner. This one has like turbo, then it gets dirtier faster.
It's
But
also like heats a bit the
Yeah.
if you push it pretty hard.
it depends on the engine.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh yeah, you got new filter in, new plug in. At least if you put in new oil, I can.
Rev up some more. So
Yeah. What causes oil to get black? I mean, it's impurities from the engine. Yeah. Soot from the engine. I mean,
Deposits.
when you have the explosions happening above the piston, then tiny bit of that over time gets past the piston.
Burnt fuel and like old deposits, like slag.
Yeah. When you have the explosions, then there's soot somewhere, and then some of it gets past the piston rings, and then it goes in the oil.
Yeah.
But it's pretty normal. It looked pretty normal. There was nothing like crazy about the oil. That's what it looks when you change. That's why you change the oil.
Yeah, you can also see from the stick, like when it gets darker, then you can like think about start changing it.
Does this vehicle model have a timing belt or chain?
Chain.
My car has chain also. Yeah. I think both cars have chain. Most cars have chain this time.
I think so. Yeah.
These days.
Had, like,
Yeah. Back in the day, they had more like the belt.
you can't help. Här mä en sitä enlisää. Det är enlisää så att fylla
Yeah.
Audi.
Add in some extra
It
oil.
says in the manual even up to like 1 liter per 1,000 kilometers.
Oh yeah, it's an oil leader.
Normal consumption. This already has like 100 and a bit over 100,000 miles.
Yeah, but as I said on these like crappy Audi engines, they always make the oil very.
Like, taking like 170 horses about 1.8 liters.
Mm. But yeah, now looks clean. As you can remember, this is like a crappy Audi. when you have a Toyota, a true car, then the oil stays cleaner. Holy hell, the wind! Let's see when it starts up now and it explodes. Engine explodes. Music is blasting. No explosion yet. Ah, sounds decent. Okay, yeah. Let's try some revving. Sounds pretty good for an Audi, I would say. But yeah, I need to put you guys on a little break. I will be. His car had some car issues. Well, that's not good. Let's check the damage. That wasn't very good. Let's see what the camera is doing. We did cross our skis, I think. It's from Norway, just like Yara today. I don't know if Yara previously was Norsk Hydro. But yeah, old fertilizer bag. Maybe I have to look it up online, see if it's the same company still, or maybe it was a different company. Oh yeah, maybe did I remove it, or maybe it was a pic for Discord. That would definitely be a good picture for Discord.
And we can wait some time and then check the oil again. And like plugged here.
Is it good oil?
Helix Ultra 0W30.
Not sponsored, by the way.
Should be.
Should be.
Oil
Yeah.
companies give me lots of money.
Give free oil.
Send me more of this oil.
Send more oil.
Please. I think they have a lot of money.
My 2011 Toyota Prius has 180,000 miles. That's pretty good. I have Toyota Auris and it has like only 80,000 kilometers, so not much. But I haven't really had many issues with my car either. Just changing the battery like once, some like light bulbs. Yeah, that's about it. Nothing has broken. Nothing else. Like new tires and stuff, but 030 oil. Yeah, I think it was 030 oil. But yeah, we should go check. I should go check if the greenhouse is still in place now. See if stuff is growing in the greenhouse. It's really windy again, so it could blow everything away. At least when it's not raining, at least the lawn isn't growing. Don't need to mow the lawn that often. That's good. Once needed 5.5 liters of oil in a Land Rover, but only had 5 liters, so put some oil back in. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you can leave it like a little bit short. I don't know how dangerous that is. Probably not the best thing. Yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, it's like 40 degrees inside here. Well, that's warm enough at least. Yeah, corn looks good. We planted some stuff. We'll see if these ones survive. I think there was some danger of ripping these roots out, but they're not like dead yet, so we will just irrigate more here. I can see now how dry this seems. It's maybe okay. Maybe we could put a little bit of water. It's not like super wet, so we could put some more. It's very warm inside here, so you can see it's like dew on the inside everywhere. But yeah, let's irrigate a little bit. At least these. Like I got some potatoes, tomatoes, then this is like, all this is watermelons, then we got some corn plants, and these are like gherkins, just a few of those. But yeah, let's put some Let's put some water on these. Where should I put my phone? I usually have my phone mount, so I can have phone here, but I don't have that with me today. Let's put the phone just somewhere. Somewhere where we're not gonna irrigate. Take some water from our pot. Pot friend. The tomatoes will probably need some support soon. The famous AliExpress greenhouse hasn't disappeared over time. It needed quite a bit of reinforcements though. It was about to get destroyed like 2 times already. Like you can see, this is not original. This is not original. I put these in. Then these I put in because this part wanted to separate from this part. So I need to drill the hole here, put this one in. Put this one in, the same thing in the other end. So it's been reinforced a lot already. Damn Chinese stuff. Yeah, I would not recommend if you want to buy a greenhouse like this. You pretty much need a place where it's not that windy, like a pretty like covered position. That is covered from the wind, because out here it's not even been that windy, like maybe 20 meters per second in gusts, and that was like almost enough to destroy the damn greenhouse twice. A little bit more, and it's good. Oh yeah, you've seen it. Yeah, we had a couple of streams where we need to do some emergency repairs. Don't break. Damn gusts are coming again. Need to close the door here, I think, pretty soon. Otherwise we might get broken again. But yeah, now I think it's good. Should be wet enough now. Then we just close the door before something breaks or the door slams shut. Still have a little bit of water, then we need to fill this one. Let's check the garden. The normal garden. But yeah, otherwise this is fine. It's growing pretty well there. At least it's warm enough inside there. Then here I irrigated. This stuff here should be some... I just got some sunflowers for fun here. But then here we got all kinds of stuff. Some of these you can probably soon start to take something from here. Like the lettuce usually doesn't take too long to grow up. Like yeah, the onions are growing nicely. Potatoes are coming up, I see now. And yeah, lettuce is coming up. You can soon eat that. And I believe this is maybe carrots, dill, then there's some like peas or stuff. And then I got like over here I think we had some whatever it's called. Kukkakaali, whatever that's called in English. And here, I don't know what the hell I put here. There's something coming up. Maybe this is dill here or something. Gotta let it grow up a little bit more, then I know what I put here. I think I put it in the phone. I put like what I planted where in the phone, so I should maybe look from there. What do we put here? Yeah, blomkål first, or like kukkakaali. Then it's carrots. So this is carrots, 2 rows, and then there's beans. Yeah, and then dill, parsley, lettuce. Makes sense. Makes sense now. But yeah. In the garden it's growing. I did irrigate this, so here we have good moisture. And then strawberries look very good. They're flowering a bunch. So I think within maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, then we have strawberries here. There's already some, like this one has flowered. You can see there's like a strawberry starting to form right there. That's gonna be a future strawberry right there. The green stuff. But yeah, I don't know if it's too late already. I should plant some more strawberries someplace, because this is all the strawberries I got. It's not that much strawberries that I have this year. Oh yeah, this is more oats in this field. This doesn't look very good here. You can see it's kind of uneven. It was so little water that it's kind of started to grow very unevenly. In some places like here it hasn't done anything yet. We might find some seeds there that are just sitting and waiting. It's coming up, it's about to come up, so maybe everything has started, but it's like very uneven. Some of it there is much bigger than what it is here, but at least there is, like, I can see the rows, so I would say most of it has started to grow somehow, but it's very uneven. We have your weather and you have ours. Colder weather would be amazing. Yeah, so we have good weather temperature wise. Like today is like the coldest day. It's probably like whatever, a little bit under 20 degrees, which is perfect. But we need rain here. As you can see, if we dig down here, it's kind of dry here. And this field is like, it's worse here where the soil is not that good. But we need rain. We need rain above all. We can look here where the crop is bigger. Here I think we might find some moisture. Here you can see when the soil is like finer, here there is definitely some moisture, but it's still for the most part quite dry. Rain is what we need. But yeah, here it's much better. You can see how the crop is much bigger here than up there. Yeah, we've had, I think so far in May we've had like 25 millimeters of rain total, I think, which is it's quite close to the average like May is usually pretty dry here, but you can always hope for a wet May. Like last year we had a very good, I think it rained like maybe 40-50 mils in May, which was very good. But yeah, I mean, it could have been worse. It could have been like a few years when it rains absolutely nothing in May. Then this would, like everything would look as the worst parts. Like this is still okay here. For now at least. But yeah. Yeah, here is actually, there's pretty good moisture even here. But yeah, that might be like I did maybe here and over there. I did like a test circle where I did some irrigation with the garden sprinkler just to make a little test bit here. So it's probably a little bit better here. We can look here where I have not irrigated. See how it looks here. It's probably a little bit drier here. Yeah, it's a little bit drier. It's pretty good here still, but yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Like I think a little over a week ago, at least we got the like 10 millimeters plus 4 millimeters within like 3 days. That really helped most of this starting to do something. Like it's only you can see really the bad parts underneath the tree maybe. Here it's very, very bad here. But luckily it's quite small areas that are really bad. This week we had 3.6 millimeters in the UK. It's been way too hot. Yeah, I've heard lately it's been really hot in UK, France, Spain. I think they all had like between 30 and 35, so yeah, hopefully we can avoid that completely here this summer. But usually it gets that hot here also at some point, but I'm hoping as late as possible.
Looking pretty good now.
It's looking okay, like it's only the really bad spots. Over there I can see the lines, so I think most of it has germinated. It's just way later there. That was good, and the 10 hectare there was like like maybe 1 hectare that looked like this. Not so good. Yeah, rain would be good. But even here there might be some that are still coming up later. There's like one, it's coming up later. It's so uneven.
It's rained that much still.
Yeah.
It's just a bit uneven, but should be good when it.
Check the other field a little bit, then it's good. Yeah, we in the fall when it's this uneven, you just have to wait. Yeah, you can take that away. We don't need that because this field, we do this a little bit later. That's one part of the GPS we used when we did the other field. Like I need to set that one up. That's the base station. Then satellites up in the sky and the tractor. And then some math happens. And then the tractor can do straight lines. But yeah, that's one of the parts, the base station. Yeah, we can look at this other field is also better here. But yeah, even here it's come up. It's just very uneven. Could be a little better, but could also be worse. This other field here looks pretty good, I think. And then yeah, next project is I'm gonna put a roof on that trailer, and there's another trailer. Just put roofs on the trailer so we can keep them outside and not have them be wet. But yeah, this field looks better. This is pretty even everywhere, even the worst spots. I can see the rows there. The rows are starting to close up soon. So that's good. At least so far it's growing pretty well. A little uneven here also, but it's okay, I think. Okay-ish. But yeah, in a couple of days, I think when the wind dies down, then you can see when John sprays the nutrients on this stuff. And we can get the good old 165 with the sprayer out. Spray some nutrients. But now it's way too windy to do any kind of spraying. If you spray now, you end up getting everything on the neighbor's field. Nothing ends up in the own field. Way too windy. But yeah, that's probably gonna be it for today. Just a little shorter stream. We did some weeding, and yeah, next time we can start. Maybe tomorrow, if the wind dies down a little bit, then we could start building on these. And then yeah, when the wind dies down, then we can start spraying a bit. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.
Chat keeps yapping about my life like it knows my every move, but it never stacked up birch pile high or pulled a stuck rig loose. Long field flat and frozen, breath hangs wide in the air. I got belly under blankets and diesel in my prayer. Weather is the boss out here. Not some screen, not some talk in my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss, clock says go, but the sky says stop. I plan, I push, I cuss, I toss, but the weather is the boss. Red Massey hums at sunrise, tracks through slush and clay. Spruce line holds the hillside where the saw sings half the day. Skis lean by the back door, waiting on a clear blue spell. I read the clouds like scripture, more than any manual. Weather is the boss out here. Not some screen, not some talk in my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss, clock says go, but the sky says stop. I plan, I push, I cuss, I toss, but the weather is the boss. Frost, flood, hail, thaw, I just dance to what I'm dealt. Oh yeah, you can tell me what I should do, but this land decides itself. Weather is the boss out here. Not some screen, not some talk in my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss, clock says go, but the sky says stop. I plan, I push, I cuss, I toss, out on this finished cross. Yeah, yeah. The weather is the boss. Frost on the shed roof, keys in my hand. Massey 35, waiting by the birch line. Old paint fading, still stops on command. Oh yeah, red tractors in the pines, working through the finished sky. From the barley to the rye, and the spruce that scrapes so high. 35, 165, 399, still pulling fine. 645 by the front of the line. Red tractors in the pine. Rain dust dancing, sun breaks the fall. Black soil turning under steel and slaw. 165 homes through the low wet ground. 399 holes as the swans swing around. Red tractors in the pine, working through the finished sky. From the barley to the rye, and the spruce that scrapes so high. 35, 165, 399, still pulling fine. 645 by the front of the line. Red tractors in the pines. Oh, yeah. Forest at our shoulders, fields at our feet. 4 old friends and a lifetime of weed. Red tractors in the pine, working through the finished sky. From the valley to the rye, and the spruce that scrapes so high. 35, 165, 399, still pulling fine. 645 by the front of the line. Red tractors in the pine. Red tractors in the pine. Jack keeps yapping about my life like it knows my every move, but it never stacked up birch pile high or pulled a stuck rig loose. Long field flat and frozen, breath hangs wide in the air. I got belly under blankets and diesel in my prayer. Weather is the boss out here, not some screen, not some talking my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss, clock says go, but the sky says stop. I plan, I push, I cuss, I toss, but the weather is the boss. Red Massey hums at sunrise, tracks through slush and clay. Spruce line holds the hillside where the saw sings half the day. Skis lean by the back door, waiting on a clear blue spell. I read the clouds like scripture, more than any manual. Weather is the boss out here, not some screen, not some talking my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss, clock says go, is the boss out here. Not some screen, not some talk in my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss, clock says go, but the sky says stop. I plan, I push, I cuss, I toss out on this finished cross. Yeah, yeah. The weather is the boss. Great dawn bread, coffee in a jar, frost on the shed roof, keys in my hand. Massey 35, waiting by the birch line. Old paint fading, still starts on command. Oh yeah, red tractors in the pines.